Zaki, at the beginning of today's show, you spoke about how generosity and pride can be positive if they're focused on other people. But would you say that pride and humility can be two sides of the same coin?
Definitely. Speaking as a performing artist, you should be humble as a person, but take pride in your art.
Exactly, and that's what struck me when I met Srimati Verushka Pather recently.
You got me very curious. Let's take a look.
She is one of South Africa's foremost exponents of Bharata Natyam dance. But it's not her talent alone that has brought Verushka Pather to the pinnacle of her art. Years of study and rehearsal were required to gain entry to the dance academy run by India's distinguished Dhanajayan duo, where the learning process continued. Today, she is an internationally acclaimed performer, but she takes as much pride and pleasure in teaching tiny beginners as she does in appearing before a spellbound audience.
It was John Drayden who said that dancing is poetry of the foot. Well, if that be the case, then today we're about to meet a truly successful poet indeed. Her name is Verushka Pather, and we're going to pop in on one of her weekly Bharata Natyam classes.
Verushka is the artistic director of the Natya Ananda Temple of Fine Art, where aspiring dancers are taught movement, expression and storytelling. She's an empathetic and nurturing teacher, but she expects her students to focus on excellence.
Verushka, here at Mela, we love to start at the very beginning. So tell me, what was it like growing up for you?
I've had a wonderful experience as a child growing up in a very traditional religious family, immersed in traditional Indian culture and dance. I belong to a school called Vardhani Natalaya School of Dance in Port Elizabeth before I had committed to learn dance in India.
In a nutshell, who is Verushka?
I'm only just a dancer. I've been blessed and immersed with this wonderful, wonderful, great sadhana and sole purpose to dance and serve the great art of Natyam and Sangeetam.
When did your passion for dance begin?
I've always loved dancing. I was the little child in our family that danced at every function and entertained everyone that came home. I've always had a dream that I'd be a dancer that would, one day go to India. And once I completed my matric in Port Elizabeth, I had committed that I wanted to pursue this in India, and with the support of my parents and sister and our community, I was allowed to go over to Chennai and learn the art of Bharata Natyam from the Dhananjayans. My gurus are the directors of Bharata Kalanjali in Chennai.
Verushka, what are some of the highlights of your career thus far?
I've been honored by my gurus in India for my contribution to art outside India and for propagation in South Africa. And something very, very special that I cannot equate anything that I will still do to being so special is having an opportunity to dance in the Krishna Balram temple in Vrindavan Dham.
Bharata Natyam originated in the temples of Tamil Nadu as an expression of devotion to the deity. According to tradition, the postures reflect those struck by the celestial dancers.
You dance, choreograph, write. How do you do so much, and how do you manage with this workload?
I'm very, very blessed and grateful to my husband Kamendran. He's a specialist pediatrician at Albalito Hospital. He's been extremely supportive that he's taken care of the kids and allowed me to perform.
Verushka, your children are also very involved in the Indian arts. Tell us more about that.
My eldest son loves learning a percussion instrument and has started classes with Sivanathan Pillai. He learns mridangam, and my little one learns music, and actually both of them go for music lessons to Karthikeyan Pillai, the leading Carnatic vocalist in South Africa.
Verushka, what inspires you?
It's really the one person that belongs in my heart is my real divine Lord Sri Krishna. I'm so blessed to be highly connected to a divine force.
Verushka, what are your plans for the future?
I wish to dance for the rest of my being and my time as journeying as a sadhak to my art. But I think I've committed that within the next 3 years. I would like to extend and complete the margams and the legacy that I have from my gurus to all my senior disciples. And I wish to produce my own work and compose my own work that will showcase traditional Indian arts from South Africa with South African musicians and producing our own original work.
Verushka, from someone who loves the Indian arts as well, I have to say this has been a truly amazing experience for me.
Thank you so much for your time and sharing it with my students and in the abode of where we run Natyananda, and for giving us this very, very great opportunity in Mela.
Verushka passes on her spirit of dedication to her students, who have earned high praise for their performances in productions regularly staged by the school.
To many, it's called dance. To Verushka, it's called life. Her untainted love for the art form is truly inspiring. May she continue to prosper and dance her way through life, one step at a time. Verushka acknowledges that perfection is an unreachable star, but she also believes that she has to keep on striving to achieve it.
That's the paradox. You're pursuing something that's unattainable, but it's a journey that you have to make.
It doesn't matter what field you're in, whether you're an artist, an engineer, or an artisan, it comes down to taking pride in your work.